Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, also known as Independence Day here in the United States. This is the day when we traditionally celebrate our Declaration of Independence from Great Britain. Many years ago, back in 1776, I want to say. Although I've heard that apparently the day that the Declaration of Independence was signed was not the 4th of July. I guess this is just traditionally the day that we celebrate the event. So, many people today will be doing all kinds of like patriotic celebrations here in the United States. They'll be cooking out, they'll be drinking beer, they'll be blowing up things with fireworks very unprofessionally and very uncarefully. Doing outdoor activities, etc. Me, I'll be here all day streaming for you guys. So,
Tumblr. Cool.
Of all the things for me to kind of hold off on and not play a lot, Final Fantasy would be the one. And quite frankly, if you guys didn't know, Final Fantasy is the least attended stream I'm doing right now. Yes, and it's the newest game, and it's the least attended stream. And the only thing I can attribute this to is that the game has too many goddamn cutscenes. I'm sorry, but people want to see a game. They don't want to just sit around and watch me playing cutscenes all day. And every effing time I play Final Fantasy, half my stream is cutscenes. Yesterday was the same. We had just gotten out of an action-packed segment. I'm like, oh, this is great. Maybe it'll continue. Nope. 2 hours of boring cutscenes and really boring elaboration of plot that didn't matter. I don't care about the townspeople and the girl who lost her fucking comb. And now I have to go find her in the field and she got killed by a bunch of enemies. And then you got to go talk to a bunch of fucking, what were they? Women of the night, I guess you could call them. You know, I don't want to insult them. But it really had nothing to do with the plot. Literally, it had nothing to do with the plot of the game. And that's what this game keeps doing. This game keeps going off in time-killing, boring-ass tangents that don't add anything to the plot of the game. Then all of a sudden, oh, an hour of amazing gameplay and plot. Well, why didn't we just get to that? Why did we have 2 hours of boring-ass fucking filler? And everyone's bored with it, including me. The funny part is, Jasper, say hello. When we get to the good parts of the game, it's great. Like yesterday's last hour, we went to a dungeon. We fought a bunch of interesting enemies. There was a cool boss fight. Then there was another boss fight between the icons. So it's like freaking two kaiju monsters beating the shit out of each other. Then we had giant plot elaboration and a time lapse. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then it's like, okay, you know, is it back to boredom now? I'm just tired of the boredom. You have to get my interest. If in 15 hours I've played this game and only 5 hours have interested me, that's a problem with the game. It's a big problem, and that's the problem I'm having with Final Fantasy 16 is the highs are very high, but then they put in all this shit that's boring. I shouldn't have played for 15 hours to get where I am. I should have played 5, and all the rest could have easily been cut out. But you know what it is? It's an RPG, and which is RPG, we have to give it a pass, right? No, we don't. No, we don't. We can demand better. Just because you bought the game for $70 and they claim it's 80 hours long, it shouldn't be 20 to 25 hours of good stuff and 60 hours of boredom. And that's a major problem with the game. Everyone who shows up to my Final Fantasy streams complains that half the stream's boring because we're just sitting here watching fucking boring-ass cutscenes that have nothing to do with the plot. And it really is, it drives me nuts.
What a piece of shit game this is, dude. What a piece of fucking shit. Oh.
Seriously, like, there's people defending it right now in the chat. All right, I'm going to make an analogy. Let's imagine you're playing a game, all right? And the game is about, it's a sim game, right? The entire sim game is about, you know, basically you raising a family inside your house. But then every time you leave and you go into the city, there's a bunch of distracting things there. Like there's a whole side quest about a burger shop and all the people in the burger shop and their little menial tasks that they need to do. Like they ran out of mustard and you're going to help them out. You decided to help them. You're going to go find mustard and bring it to the burger shop and all of that. By the way, it's incredibly time consuming. It's a bunch of very mundane, boring, blasé dialogue. And when you're done with the quest that takes 4 hours to do, you get nothing significant for it whatsoever. Oh, but it's world building because you wanted to know about the burger shop down the street from your house. But the fucking game is back at your house raising your family. Why the fuck do you care about the burger shop and why did you waste 4 hours there? That's Final Fantasy 16. Literally. Here's your plot and what should be important. But go spend time with these other fucking things that have nothing to do with it. Why? Why? Why am I toxic? Let me play the game. Stop distracting me with boring bullshit. And that's Final Fantasy 16. Half the time, it's boring bullshit. Sorry, I want to play a fun game. I don't want to waste my time with my thumb up my ass waiting for the girl with the comb to emerge from the field. I don't give a fuck. Okay? So, I'm sorry. Maybe some people are just so desperate for stories in games they think this is fun. But to me, it really just drives me absolutely nuts. It does. And that's the thing. So everything I'm describing, right? It's like, so do I really want to play Final Fantasy 16 tomorrow? Well, here's the thing. I know the first half of the stream is going to be probably boring. And then we'll get to good stuff the last hour of the stream. Or I could continue my rise in Street Fighter 6. I could play with the characters I've been learning. I could get better. It's action-packed. It's fun. You know what I mean? So what do you think I'm going to pick, right? What do you seriously think I'm going to pick between the two? Money. Sorry, but yeah, these game developers making RPGs need to do a better job. It's gotten to the point where every game has to be 80 hours long, but if half the time I'm not having fun, then fuck this. Why play every RPG if every RPG is the same? They're all just time wasters. I don't want to waste my time. And it's sad because, again, a game like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like almost 50 hours in now. I want to say I'm like 45, 46 hours in. Yeah, 45 hours in as of last night. You want to know the truth? Last night's stream was amazing. We had a lot of fun. Last night, we completed a quest that was meaningful. We went to Hyrule Castle. We're exploring this creepy-ass dungeon. There's mobs of enemies that are unique and interesting. There's a really unique boss fight. It was challenging. Man, I had to pump a bunch of items. I got rewarding weapons at the end. I was like, this is amazing, right? So these games have high highs. There's streams that are really good of each game. Really. But so I don't want to crap on these games. Oh, they suck. They don't. They don't suck. The problem is they don't know how to pace and they don't know how to retain interest. This would be like going to the movies to see a 3-hour movie and you're fucking bored for 2 hours and only 1 hour is interesting. Then the movie is bad. Do you get that? It's bad. But for a video game, we give it a pass. Why? Why? No, the whole game should be bad. But, excuse me, the whole game should be good.
Oh my god, excuse me.
Anso Kamara, at this point, you're spouting such nonsense. He literally just says, the pointless side quests are not time wasters. The side quest, where there's two people sitting on a bench in the middle of the city who have no significance to anything in the plot, and they're hungry, and you have to go to the inn and talk to 3 people to find a dish of food sitting on top of a bureau, and you pick the food up, and you walk back, and you hand them the plate of food, and they reward you with like 2 experience and a gill bug. That's significant. Get the fuck out of here. And the thing is, that's the majority of side quests so far in Final Fantasy 16. They are boring-ass time wasters. So don't give me that crap. You are so full of it. What it is you like the game, which is fine. I like the highs of the game. But I'm not going to sit here and lie about the game and say that everything's good. That's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, you didn't like the comb retrieval mission? Oh. Man, let me tell you. Because what's going to happen is at the end of the game, you're fighting the final boss. And when all hope is lost and all the chips are down, you're going to pull out the comb and you're going to go doink and poke him in the eye. He's going to go, ah, my one weakness. Oh, and that's it. And that's the end of the game. The comb saves the day. That's pretty fucking ridiculous.